everyone. We welcome you to the All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
A look at the West All-Stars starting group. Durant is out there with Jokic. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then it's Curry. And it's Doncic in at the point.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand. The biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And the rejection by Giannis. And so Giannis will bring it up for the East. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Well, I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. Now, he was modest. He thinks the success he's had as a coach is because of the players he's gotten to work with this season. He said, I'm surrounded by talent. Guys who actually have to go out there on the court and get it done deserve the respect. And, Kevin, this is why so many of his players respect him.
Thank you, David.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
The West All-Stars on D, following the basket by Trae Young. Here's Durant. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. The pass to Young. Here's the floater. And the layup is good. Young's got 6.
A sneaky scorer in the lane. Young will give you a steady diet of floaters and off-balance shots that defenders just miss getting a piece of.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars. Here's Jokic. KD passes to Doncic. Over Young. Doncic with the bucket.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
Here is Harden after Luka Doncic's bucket. The jump hook. Nice touch on the bank shot.
And as usual, neither team really grinding too hard at the defensive end.
And I think that's okay in this event. I mean, I say the more highlights, the better.
Now, here's Doncic. Curry on the wing. Five on the clock. And here's Doncic from the arc. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, I tell you what, Curry is such a tremendous perimeter shooter, and I think his ability to set up teammates and his unselfishness are often underrated.
Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Jokic with the screen on Hart. Curry can't get it to go.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Young dishes to Tatum. Lets it go from deep. Traps in the tray.
He's an accomplished outside shooter, and Tatum's confidence and shot selection, I think it's what makes him so deadly.
Doncic kicks to Embiid. Back to Doncic. Curry against Harden. Curry passes to Doncic. The tray. And that's good. Stephen Curry for 3.
And when you're looking for someone to answer a three-pointer, Steph's probably your guy. He lives to one-up the opponent.
Now, here is Young. He's got 6. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And they'll get another chance. That 3 off the mark. Giannis against Jokic. Outside for Curry. Over Young. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Jokic. Curry's got 5 points so far.
And how about when Curry gets fancy with it? His confidence is what allows him to pull off these moves.
Harden against Curry. Here's Young. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's 8 points for Trae Young.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. Big group substitution here for the East. Davis is checked in for James. Butler comes in for Antetokounmpo. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for James Harden. And Lillard subbed in for Young. Outside DeRozan. Siakam sets a screen for DeRozan. Pulls it from 20. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Pass to Lillard. A 3-ball. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the West taking it the other way. Siakam kicks to Morant. Siakam a screen on Davis. And that one's good. Leonard.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the years from Leonard has been incredible, especially his three-point shooting.
Lillard, the pass to Tatum. Davis with a screen on DeRozan. Tatum no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Morant drives in, and that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Butler dishes to Tatum from deep. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Again, the West All-Star.
And that high release point on Leonard's shot makes that mid-range jumper tough to contest.
Davis with a screen on Morant. Leonard against Lillard. The East All-Stars need to get another shot. Rocket 2. Tatum's shot is off.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And here we go. It's Butler over DeRozan. They get it again. And the basket by Tatum.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's DeRozan. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. DeRozan against Tatum. And it's DeRozan missing.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
And it's Mitchell missing. Morant looking around. Leonard sets a screen for DeRozan. Over Tatum. DeRozan's shot is off. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the East. There's 1:17 left here in the opening quarter. Davis sets a screen. Lillard from outside for 3. Mitchell. John Morant grabs the rebound. Morant's got his 4th rebound in this one. DeRozan against Butler. Pulls up, high post. Here's Siakam. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. And the West leads by 2. Butler kicks to Mitchell. Back to Butler. Nobody near Lillard. Goes back up. And Mitchell with the layup.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge, and if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it.
Now here's Morant. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Leonard. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Mitchell outside. Out to the right wing. That's a 2 from Lillard. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the East. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. Back with you again on the most entertaining night on the NBA calendar. 1 quarter down and 3 to play in the All-Star game.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, and that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
On the court for the West All-Stars, they've got Embiid, Doncic out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Durant, and it's Adebayo in at the 4 spot. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Sabonis. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
You're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
KD, that's for 2. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. KD's got it all tied up now for the West All-Stars. And Young kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Man, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the East All-Stars.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Free throw no good for Giannis.
He's a nightly triple-double threat, and I think Giannis is the most unguardable player in the game.
Inside, here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing that results in a great look.
Doncic against Young. Sabonis a screen on Doncic. Young's shot is off.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. 13 feet away. It's rebounded by Doncic. Embiid with a screen on Young. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
Ingram outside. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Pass to Young. Fires the 3. And another miss by the East. Adebayo passes to Doncic. Over Young. Doncic, no good. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the East. Trailing by 2. Young with no one around. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
Outstanding decision-making by Ingram there, working it to the open man. Really good possession.
Curry finds Doncic. Launches a 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from him.
Young against Doncic. Ingram outside. Sabonis is screen on Durant, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Well, you combine his athleticism with his length and his skill set. The versatility of Ingram is hard to guard against.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, Ingram is quiet about the work he puts in after practice and before games. This is a guy who just never stops trying to improve, though, and that's shown up in how he's grown as a player.
Here's what the East is going with right now. James comes in for Sabonis, and it's James Harden in for Trae Young. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Here's Jokic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, I love how crafty Jokic is. You know, he basically baits defenders into committing the foul once he gets deep position.
West All-Stars shooting their first free throws of this game. And he can't get the first one.
You know, we've seen Jokic embrace a larger leadership role. He wants to be the guy that leads his team, and that's not just with scoring, it's also with his voice.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
To the inside, Jokic with the steal. Curry against Harden, passes it to Adebayo. Back to Curry. Poked away and stolen by James. Feeds it to Antetokounmpo. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And it's 8 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, there's really nothing you can do defensively. Giannis Antetokounmpo is just a long, wily, strong, attacking, skilled player.
Here's the pass to James. Just his first attempt. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Adebayo. And it's Jokic in the corner. Gilgeous-Alexander against Ball. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's Jokic, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Jokic has got his second basket. James outside. Takes it from 10. Count it. And the East leads by 1.
That defense has to worry so much about LeBron as a passer that it opens things up for his jump shot.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
The East with some changes. Davis is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Tatum comes in for Ingram. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Leonard, he's checked in for Adebayo. DeRozan comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Morant in for Curry. Jokic kicks to Morant. Jokic sets the screen for Morant. The West again, cannot hit. Lillard surveying the D. Down low, here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
You know, this is why you run the offense through Damian Lillard. I mean, sure, he's going to get his, but he's also going to make sure others get theirs, too.
Knocked away. Morant outside. Jokic with his screen on Lillard. 6 on the shot clock, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And that's a nice job by Jokic, getting fouled in the act. And you know he's going to cash in most times.
The West All-Stars have not yet made a free throw in the game. 0 of 2 so far. And the first one at the line is good.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
The East making a switch. Butler's checked in. And Jokic drops them both. And so Harden will bring it up for the East. Outside Butler. Harden looking it over. Davis setting the pick for Harden. From 18 feet away. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. DeRozan against Harden. Now, here's DeRozan. Defense is right there. That shot is off. Tatum against Jokic. Tatum dishes to Davis. Harden against Ball. Pass to Tatum. Fires from deep. The West All-Stars pull it in. Leonard kicks to Morant. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's Jokic, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Jokic just got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Butler on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Pass to Davis. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Davis has got his 2nd bucket tonight.
You know, with his ability to stretch the floor, Davis really adds another dimension to his team's offense.
Pass to Leonard. Jokic with his screen on Butler. Leonard with no one around. Here's Jokic, and Davis sends it back.
Davis so good with his timing and length to get up and deny shots.
On the pass to Tatum. Davis with it. He's covered by Ball. From down low. And Davis puts it in. Now it's a 3-point East All-Star lead. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Jokic sets the screen for Leonard. Misses the 3. Leonard's gone 2 for 5 tonight. The feed to Butler. Leonard with the steal. Morant outside. Jokic with the screen on Lillard. The West again cannot hit. The East leading by 3. Loads it up for Davis. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Harden's got such a tremendous feel for the game and sees the whole court. He's a really slick creator.
Outside Ball. Morant with the screen on Harden. Back to Morant. Good on the 3-point shot.
All you got to do is get open, and Ball's handling the rock. He's going to find you. LaMelo's got incredible passing ability.
Ball against Harden. Shoots over Ball. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Morant kicks to Leonard. Pass to DeRozan. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Jokic. Shoots. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. Jokic has got 10 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Passes to Butler. Davis with a screen on Leonard. From 13, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Jokic has the size necessary to deny shots, and it helps when he's engaged on the defensive end.
DeRozan surveying the D. And here's Leonard from 3. He can't get that one. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. East All-Stars lead by 2. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And it's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star game.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second half even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
Anthony Davis is out there with Jason Tatum. Then it's Harden, and it's LeBron James, and it's Young in at the point guard. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half.
Hey, defenders already have a lot to worry about with Tatum scoring. When he's making passes like that, too, watch out.
Tatum against Durant. Outside Curry. There's the 3. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed if he can wind up that open from three-point range. I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Davis, the pass to Harden. James trying to free himself up. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Jokic with it. Picked up by Davis. And Doncic throws it down.
You know, it's so easy to take it for granted when Jokic makes a pass like this. The big fella has us spoiled with his passing ability. It is absolutely exquisite.
Young against Doncic. Shots good from Young. Young's got 13.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Embiid dishes to Doncic. Over Young. There's Embiid, and he banks in the layup.
I know it's a tall task, but you got to box out Embiid. It's really that simple, because if you don't, he's going to make you pay.
James outside. He kicks it to Tatum. Young outside. That's the 3 fly. No good. And the West will go the other way now. KD passes to Doncic. Now Curry. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's Jokic. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
Nice work from the Serbian. Jokic uses his body so well to get the looks he wants inside.
Young left side. Fires for 3. Again, Young missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quitting this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
And the East with some changes. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Anthony Davis, and it's Brandon Ingram in for Tatum. Siakam is checked in for the West.
know how clever Harden is as a player. Just take a look at his one-on-one game, the way he can pretty much beat any defender. Quite impressive.
Doncic feeling it out. This one for three. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks guys don't last minutes, they last days.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
You can almost feel the mindset he has. I mean, when the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Sabonis, he's checked in for the East. Mitchell comes in for James Harden. Halliburton's checked in for the West. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Giannis kicks to Ingram. Over Durant. And another miss by the East. The West leading by 3. Doncic passes to Halliburton. Back to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Boy, once Doncic gets on the road, there aren't many ways to slow him down. Huge night so far.
Now the pass to Giannis. Sabonis sets the pick for Antetokounmpo. Pass to Sabonis. And Embiid with the block. Now here's Durant. Pass to Doncic. Three-pointer. East grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Mitchell outside. Screen by Young. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by the West. Durant's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Passes it to Doncic. Embiid wide open. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo with the jam.
Man, it would be kind of cool to be Giannis for just one game. He makes dunking and getting to the rim look so easy.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in for the East. The West All-Stars also with the sub. DeRozan's checked in. Siakam outside. Over Giannis. Drilled from 11 feet out. Siakam's got the lead up to 5 now for the West All-Stars.
And that shot was well contested, but Siakam's just too tricky for it. It puts his skills to work and able to get to the basket.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Morant's checked in. Here's Gilgeous Alexander. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the layup falls.
Largely because of that length, Gilgeous Alexander feeling confident attacking inside.
Siakam outside. On the wing to Rosen. Offline with his three. The East trail by 3. Into the Kumbo inside. He's covered by Halliburton. And Morant's got the ball here for the West All-Stars. Over Mitchell. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
You know, I think you're cooked the moment Antetokounmpo just gets the ball inside. I mean, he's got touch to go with his length and strength.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Embiid sets the pick for Halliburton. That one good for 2. Halliburton's got his first bucket in this one.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Gilgeous Alexander kicks to Giannis. And here's Mitchell from the arc. The West All-Stars pull it in. Halliburton for 3. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Count! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. That one's on Morant.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Butler, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And Lillard subbed in for Mitchell. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Leonard's checked in. That one drops. He ties it up. Siakam with it. Kicks it to Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
A superstar who really kind of keeps to himself. Leonard truly leads by example, and it's produced titles.
The West All-Stars have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Leonard. Leonard hits them both. A tight game here in Cleveland. Outside, Gilgeous Alexander. Sabonis sets the pick for Gilgeous Alexander. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Siakam.
And this young man, a rising scorer who continues to improve. Gilgeous Alexander may soon be the focal point of every opponent's scouting report.
That free throw, no good. LeBron's checked in for Domantas Sabonis. The West All-Stars also with the sub. LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for Halliburton. No good on the second free throw. 3-on-3. Here's Siakam. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Morant against Lillard. James sets the screen for Lillard. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Lillard's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Leonard finds Morant. Outside DeRozan. Offensive rebound. Siakam. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I'm just so impressed with Siakam's offensive improvement over the years. I mean, he's mastering the ability to play in attack mode.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first. The East making a switch. Tatum's checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The East trailed by 3. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. Here's Lillard. Can't cash in from close range.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Leonard sets a screen for Morant. He sinks the 11-footer. Morant's got the lead up to 5 now for the West All-Stars.
Fantastic instincts there by Morant, sizing up the D and then just taking what he sees.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Ball. 3-pointer Lillard. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside Leonard. The dish to Ball. Some nice passing here by the West. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Kicks it out to James. Floats it up for James. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Superb timing by LeBron on that alley-oop.
And Morant's got the ball here for the West All-Stars. Outside Leonard. The pass to Ball. Now here's Morant. Beyond the arc. And Tatum pulls it down. 3-second difference between shot clock and game. Got a piece of it. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, a wicked dunk by Leonard, showing this defense just how explosive he can be.
LeBron passes to Lillard. And another 3 from the East. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. East All-Stars up on top, leading by a point. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we welcome you back. The biggest stars of the league are putting on a show here at the All-Star Game.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, Curry is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Durant. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Jokic in at the center, filling out the middle. On its way from Young for 2.
Tell you what, like with most players, when Doncic is aggressive on defense, it makes a difference and causes his coaches to smile.
DeRozan against Tatum. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Jokic kicks to DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. Back to Curry. Over Mitchell. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Butler's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Tatum finds Young. Nice D from DeRozan.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Second chance shot, and Jokic lays it up and in. Jokic has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the West All-Stars. Outside Butler. Doncic against Young. Jokic with the steal. Outside Curry. Pass to Jokic. Doncic outside. The second effort. And Davis sends it back. And here is Mitchell. The 11-footer connects the jumper drops. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the East All-Stars.
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Butler on the way. The kick out to Young from past the arc. And no good that time. And the West will go the other way now. Jokic passes to Curry. Here's Doncic. Jokic a screen. Tries it from 9. Off the left rim and out. East All-Stars on offense. They lead by 1. Pass to Butler. Here's Davis. West All-Stars with the rebound. Jokic has got 11 rebounds in the game. He feeds it to Curry. Count that one.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Young inside. Guarded by Doncic. Yep, that one goes in there.
Just one made basket for him here in the fourth, but it's a big one.
Outside Curry. On the wing, Doncic. From downtown. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Mitchell in the corner. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Jokic.
Well, what a great effort that time by Davis. Just never gave up on it. Worked through tough defense and still found a way to get it up and down.
James Harden, he's checked in for the East. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the West. Halliburton comes in for Luka Doncic.
When you talk about two-way impact on the game, AD might be the top guy in the league. I mean, when he's healthy, he's a menace on defense with that length and timing. And offensively, he can carry a team.
Jokic kicks to Curry. Over Harden. Jokic trying to free himself up. Over Tatum. And Davis sends it back. That one goes in. Jokic has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
Young outside. From outside the arc. West All-Stars with the rebound.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Halliburton finds Jokic. Back to Halliburton. 6 to shoot. Floats it up for Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
Mitchell looking it over. Here's Young. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Jokic. Another miss by Jokic.
They came close there to tying it up.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the fourth, that would have been a big bucket for him.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability. No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
You know, with AD's improved court awareness, when guys on his team get open, he'll find them.
Now Curry. From deep. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
Young against Halliburton. Back to Tatum. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Halliburton. And Halliburton slams it in.
High energy throw down that time by Halliburton. Not wasting any time or motion.
Now here's Tatum. Davis with a screen on Jokic. Here's Tatum. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Tatum's got 4 this quarter.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Halliburton passes to Curry. Off target from outside.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And here's Young from the arc. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Embiid finds Halliburton. Embiid inside. Covered by Mitchell. Embiid, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Davis with a screen on Halliburton. Here's Tatum. And it's Jokic with the rebound. The West trails by 6. Back to Halliburton. Outside Curry. To the paint. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Jokic. Jokic has got 4 assists now tonight. Young with the ball. Dishes it to Tatum. It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Halliburton. The 3 from Harden hits the 3-point bomb.
Harden so versatile offensively. He initiates. He can play off the ball. He can beat you in transition. He's going to get his points. We'll bet on that.
Here's Curry with the 3. Kept alive.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
Harden outside. Davis with a screen on Curry. Kicks it out to Mitchell. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Halliburton outside. Back to Curry. Passes it to Jokic over Young. Tries again. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Embiid.
Few players in the NBA strike fear into opponents, but Embiid is one of them because of his size, skill, and crazy strength.
Here's Tatum. West All-Stars with the rebound. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. Jokic, another miss by Jokic. The East leading by 3. Davis dishes to Tatum. Loads it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
There's no stopping that. AD is too long and strong to bother that alley-oop.
Harden against Curry. Halliburton outside. And there's the pass to KD. Here's Jokic. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Jokic has got 22 points.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
And Young kicks to Tatum. The basket good off the assist from Young. Young's got 4 assists now tonight.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Halliburton. And what a play. Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Davis, the pass to Tatum. And it's sent back by KD.
Boy, that'll get everybody on the bench fired up. They love to see KD playing some D like that.
So the East All-Stars win it.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent across the NBA.
Seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? So fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. We thank all of you for joining us and watching with us. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.